Green flag's in the air. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, you bunch of hot dogs.
Great way to get us started here.
Yeah, baby.
Side by side. No run, no run. They're still racing. One back. Levy's on his bumper.
Eric Almirola couldn't get to the inside. Could be a long trip to the back from there.
It could be, Mike, but that outside lane, we heard Denny Hamlin talking about it. It seems to be a little more grip up there than normal. I've seen a lot of guys hang in there pretty good on that outside, like Almirola's doing.
No, but it's so important to get that inside lane like Brad Keselowski has. That's why he's fighting for that position. He wants to keep Eric Almirola in that outside lane, shuffle him back. He knows he's going to be a major factor in this race today.
And Jeff, you know, it's so frustrating to be hung out there like that. You're all so close right here. Do I cut down? Do I cut down? Maybe I should. I should. Nope. Here he comes. Here comes the two again, and that's why it's so frustrating. And you'll lose your cool if you get hung out there very long.
I've been impressed with how well the 10 of Eric Almirola has hung out there, but you only get about 2 or 3 laps out there before you really build up those air pressures and that outside lane starts to go away.
And if Keselowski were to breathe it and let him in, here comes Denny Hamlin right into his back bumper.
Yeah, he can't help his forward brother right now. I mean, Almirola's out there in a bad spot. He's going to have to find an opening here. Maybe the 4 let him in. He doesn't really seem to be all that anxious.
Whoa, Keselowski gave a bump to his teammate, and it's on for the lead.
Now, I find that really interesting because, to me, Logano is so good on the short runs here. Typically, you would see him take off and try to run away from this field. Right now, he might have a different strategy to try to be good on the longer run.
Well, he just is developing a different strategy because there goes the 11 by him now.
And I saw the back end slide out in the 22. I wonder if he's already loose.
Joey had a millisecond to get in line, and then Almirola was there and takes away 3rd.
Yeah, that outside. I mean, you can hang in there for a little while, Mike, but you got to get to the bottom if you're going to make passes and go anywhere. And all the drivers know that. That's why when you're hung out there, man, just give me a break. Let me in. Give me a chance.
Three to go. Final stage point at stake on the right of your screen.
You see just 2 totally different lines of the 2 and the 9.
Denny Hamlin had a look there. That's Corey LaJoie's backup car after he had a brake line abrade and put him into the wall early in practice. They got back out with a backup late in the day. Pits are closed with 2 to go in the stage. Keselowski holding a 0.4 of a second lead on Chase Elliott, but
comes up on Ryan Newman again.
Hello, Newman.
Now, is Chase Elliott going to take advantage of this playoff point on the line? I don't think you're just going to let this get away.
Final lap.
Oh, Chase Elliott working hard there, even swings the back end around.
And Newman gets away while Keselowski scores his first stage win of the season.
You know what Newman says? I got this timed out just right.
7 to go in stage 2, and 3rd place is heated up.
Yeah, I've been watching Chase Elliott. He all of a sudden just started struggling. When the 12 car went by him, they caught traffic. 12 went by him. All of a sudden, he really started having some issues and losing touch with our leaders. Vince?
Yeah, you know, Chase said he just told the team a few moments ago that he just felt like he burned up the rear tires being a little too aggressive early in the run, and it has come back to haunt him. They don't think it's anything significant in regards to the car, but just the way Chase drove it at the early part of the run, and he seemed certain that that was the issue.
I find that interesting because you know, the 9 of Chase Elliott said, I don't want any changes. I think the car is really good. But I saw the back end stepping out on the last run when we started, you know, doing a long run. So I think they're going to have to address the rear grip with some air pressure or a slight adjustment for this longer run that's about to come.
So battling for 3rd here in the final stages, or final laps of stage 2. Also for 10th, the last stage point, Joey Logano's trying to hold on to it. Eric Jones wants to take it away right here.
I think it's going to be a heck of a battle here for that 10th spot. I believe Jones a little bit better, but he's up against a pretty hard guy to get around here in Joey Logano.
Well, getting to the inside and getting position on Joey Logano is one thing. Making this pass might be a little bit different.
He might need to use that 77 up there of BJ Kennington if they can get there as a pick, but no, Logano comes down. He knows that lap car is right up there. Doesn't want that to happen. 2 to go.
That outside line, Mike, is not the preferred line, but you can survive on that outside line a lot better than I've ever seen them here in the past.
You can, unless somebody's into your left rear.
Well, there is that. Always remember, 8 tires are better than 4.
All right, Logano holds the spot.
Matt
1 to go.
DiBenedetto coming up to Kyle Busch to go by Kyle Busch.
And that is for 12th place, end of stage. Jones all over Logano. Keselowski gets the flag. 3rd time he has swept the first 2 stages of a race. Who's going to get the final spot? Here comes that Jones boy on the inside, but Logano holds him off to the line. Car 2 takes the restart green flag. No one but Team Penske has led today.
Fairly bumper. He's got room. They're side by side behind. You're clear.
Ooh, Almirola got into the 19.
He did.
Big run by the 18, Kyle Busch. That's going to be contact. Oh!
Up goes Almirola.
You can go down in that corner like that, but somebody ain't going to make it.
I'm shocked that it turned out as good as it did for Almirola.
I saw guys go in 3 wide down here turn 1 time, and they didn't make it.
Almirola got booted from 5th to 11th. Here comes Kyle against Ryan Blaney for 5th.
I believe Ryan Newman won that race.
I don't know what you're talking about, DW. I was just minding my own business that day.
Oh my gosh.
We're talking about tires. We've not talked a lot about tires, but they don't seem to be wearing out much at all. Even though they're laying rubber down, they don't seem to be causing issues where putting on 4 fresh tires makes a huge difference.
Just that way that 2 car, Mike, he gets off of turn 2, turn 4 so much better than anybody. Chase Elliott runs in the corner really hard right up to him, but then 2 car just accelerates off and leads him in the dust.
And Darryl, I know I talked in the pre-race about long run versus short run. That 2 car, he seems to have it all. He can launch. He's having good pit stops. He has the long run speed.
Yep. It's showing on the number of laps he's led too.
Joey Logano has brushed the wall.
Yeah, you can see the right rear. These fenders flare out just a little bit. Here, this is coming off at turn 2. He gets the right front, maybe the right rear a tiny bit.
That helped it. Narrowed it up a little bit.
Kiss, no slap.
Yeah.
But the way these fenders flare out, it doesn't take much contact with another car or the wall to push it in on the tire. Not seeing any smoke off the 22, so far should be fine.
Beautiful day in Martinsville. 2 things that have not happened yet today. 1, the Norfolk and Western hasn't come by. No train. And the other is no crank it up. One of those we can fix.
Let's fix it.
Outside, checking up, outside, outside. Rolling in, inside, 14.
Caution waving in Martinsville for the 6th time today. Matt Tifft got up and into the wall, came to a halt, caution wave. This is number 36.
It's almost identical to Michael McDowell, his teammate earlier that had a right front bead issue and popped the right front tire.
Chris Buescher will get the free pass on this caution. Brings him back onto the lead lap.
Critical stop here, boys.
And Chase Elliott will lead them in, Vince.
Well, just found out they did make a slight air pressure adjustment on that previous stop. They talked about they could take it out on this stop if necessary. Chase said it made him a little bit tighter. He said, but let's stick with it. So, again, no changes here on the 9 of Chase Elliott. Matt?
And the 2 of Keselowski leading the 12 down. The 18 of Kyle Busch will hit his box first. He said that the car is a little bit tight, loose on entry and loose on exit. Didn't really want to make any big changes to it. That's why you don't see a wrench in the back window. Meanwhile, the 2, he was really starting to struggle. You can see a big crank on the chassis adjustment, the wedge wrench there. He needed help more on entry, and Blaney, he was a little bit free, but he was really starting to come to him.
Boy, does Keselowski get a launch out of that pit box.
Well, he saw that 9 coming. He knew he had to if he's going to beat him off pit road.
Yeah, it looked like a little trouble maybe on the left rear of the 9 of Chase Elliott's stop. But look how low left rear air pressure is on those cars.
Yeah, that's what, 8, 9, 10 pounds at the most.
A lot of side-by-side back in the pack, but we're going to watch these leaders as they stay within 1 second, the first 3 cars with 9 to go.
8 more. Heavy 5 to Chase.
Heavy 5+ seconds. Or rather, 5+ car lengths.
Yeah, 5 car lengths.
Yeah, he wishes it was 5+ seconds.
Yes, he does.
He could breathe a little bit. Right now, he's holding his breath.
And the pace that they're running right now, these are not easy laps. I promise you, Brad Keselowski, Chase Elliott, the 18, even all the way back, these guys are driving in the corner as hard as the tires and the grip level will allow them to. They're easing out of the brake to rotate the car as much as they possibly can with the grip level and squeezing in that throttle as hard as they can to put the power to the rear tires without spinning those tires every lap.
20 cars on the lead lap, and everybody wants another position or 2 before this thing ends in 6 laps.
That's what you have to worry about. And we got a whole lot of cars right here that are all racing for position. You don't want somebody to knock somebody out of the way, spin them out, and cause a late caution here. That's what the 2 is hoping. Let this thing finish. Let it finish under green, because I got this thing won if it goes that way.
5 more.
Blaney in 4th, 2.5 back, unable to close. The same for Hamlin in 5th. Harvick in 6th. Bowyer in 7th, and Truex.
Pretty good day for Blaney. You know, they've struggled early in the year. Mike couldn't have a good finish. The last couple of weeks, that 12 car has been pretty darn good. Got a nice finish going here today.
Now, that was really interesting. The lap car, the 36 of Matt Tiff, caused the 18 to have to go around him, and because of that, it cost 18 a little bit of time. It allowed the 9 of Chase Elliott to change his line just enough to try to find something to go chase down that 2 car.
What I just saw is the 9 car moved up the hill. He'd been running the bottom, hooking the curve. The last lap off at 2, a little bit better up high. This time off of 4, a little bit better up high. Let's see what he does down here. He's moved up the track. He's looking for grip. He's getting a little bit better bite off the corner. He's making a little run at the 2.
Yeah, he's only 2 coming to 2 to go, though.
Keselowski had picked up an extra 1/10 of a second, but Elliott hard into turn 3, brings it back down. Now it grows again as Keselowski gets a good launch off of 4.
Mike, I'm telling you,
Over a
that high
10th
line.
faster on Chase Elliott that time. It's just almost too late. I wish he'd have tried that a little sooner, but that 18 was right behind him.
Yep. Look at this, how much he's closing. Of course, I know we're running out of laps. The race is almost over with, but he has made a great run here at the end of the race.
Coming to the white flag, 1 to go. 3 car lengths the difference.
If he can close on him here off of turn 2, he can maybe get close enough to him. I don't know if he's quite close enough to him to get to his rear bumper.
Took a big wide entry into turn 1, drops right down to the curb and gets within a car length, but Keselowski powers off 4, and Brad Keselowski wins the STP 500.
You're right where you're supposed to be. Up on the front stretch with the fans celebrating. What a day of execution.
Yeah, it was. The car was really good. This Ford Mustang, you know, Ford worked really hard in off-season to build these cars and make them really strong, Matt. And so far, so good. Just a great day for our team. Awesome execution on pit road, and big credit to Doug Yates and all the engine stuff. Those guys worked really hard. But just one of those days you dream of as a race car driver, Matt, you know, where you've got a great car. I don't know if we were as good as the 9, or yes, 9 now. Chase Elliott, he was really strong, but he passed me there with about 200 to go, and I watched him and studied him and kind of broke it down and knew what I had to do to hold him off with that fast of a car, and we were able to pull it off that last run with the restraw type Ford.
Several runs, no adjustments, and then the wedge adjustment. How important was that to dial this car back in?
Yeah, you know, as the temps are cooling off, the track was losing its rubber, and we were just losing grip. We weren't as good as we needed to be there, Matt, and so Paul was working on it to do the best we can, and that's what this team does. They never give up, and I'm really, really proud of them.
What an impressive run over the past 5 races here at Martinsville. Brad Keselowski has led over 700 laps. Today, his second grandfather clock.